out-of-office auto-reply is an automated message that your email system sends when you're unreachable through email. And in this short video, we'll cover how to write the perfect one. So let's start with the 2 rules of an out-of-office auto-reply. The first rule is that you should set one up. It's still surprising to me that people either ignore or forget about creating one, which leaves everyone hanging and unsure why you're not responsive. The second rule of an out-of-office reply is to write one that's meaningful and contains everything that your recipient needs to know while you're away. So there's no excuse to write a sloppy out-of-office reply such as, "Hello, I will be out of the office until Wednesday," which makes your readers worry about expectations and where they need to go for help. So the best way to show you how the perfect out-of-office auto-reply message looks like is to give you an example and break it down for you. So here's one which I always use as a template. "Hello, I will be out of the office on Thursday, the 4th of January 2024, and will return to work on Monday, the 22nd of January 2024. During this time, I will have very limited access to email, checking it every few days, and have no access to my office phone voice messages. For questions related to purchasing, please reach out to Maria Davis at that email and phone number. For questions related to resourcing, please reach out to Donna Pratt at that email or phone number. For all other questions or updates, I will read your messages upon my return and will get back to you as soon as I can. If you need my urgent assistance during this time, you can call me at my cell phone on that number and leave a detailed message with what the issue is and what number I can call you back on. Urgent requests only, please. Thank you." Alright, so let's break down the different components of this out-of-office auto-reply message and discuss why they work. So the first sentence is to state the dates. So mention the exact dates of when you'll be out and when you'll be returning back to work. Don't just write an ambiguous day like until next Thursday. The second sentence is to explain how you're checking email. So explain whether you're checking your email or not and how often you're doing so while you're away. And you also want to mention whether you're checking other means of communication like your voice messages. And by the way, if you're going to be completely out of pocket, then clearly state something like, "I will not have access to my email inbox during this time." You also want to highlight who your backups are. So let folks know exactly who your backup resources are based on your reader's specific needs. You also want to set expectations. So explain what the expectations are about responding back to people after you're back in the office. Now this is assumed, but stating it helps manage everyone's expectations. And then finally, and this is optional, explain how you can be reached in emergencies. So if you want to let people know how they can reach you in case there's an urgent need, then you can list your phone number here. And I always like to stress that this is for urgent requests only so that I discourage people from bothering me when I'm on vacation with minor updates. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to give them your phone number, you can ask them to email you instead by highlighting urgency in a subject line, such as writing urgent in all caps at the beginning of the subject line. And that's basically it, short and straight to the point, and you can use this as a template that you can use in every single out-of-office auto-reply going forward. So let's wrap up with a quick summary. The 2 rules of an out-of-office auto-reply are to set one up and make it meaningful. And a good out-of-office message states the dates you're out, explains how you're checking email, highlights backups, sets expectations, and also explains how you can be reached in an emergency. Thanks for watching. On to the next video. In this short video, we'll discuss how and why you should share the rules of email ahead of time with your team. So let's start with why share the rules. The value of email rules and guidelines is twofold. The first is to help you become a better email writer and communicator, and the second is to help your team gain those same benefits as well. So if everyone agrees on things like writing shorter emails, better subject lines, clearer questions, and better out-of-office replies, then everyone becomes more efficient at communicating going forward, and you gain the benefit of a more productive team. So let's talk about how to share the rules. First, decide which rules and guidelines make sense to your own team. And you can leverage all the tactics you learned in this course, but use what you like, delete what you don't, and add any new ones that apply to your team. So for example, one rule that I typically add is that short doesn't mean curt. I let my team know that in some cases I keep my emails extra short, which might be construed as rude. And you should set up a dedicated meeting to share and discuss the rules with your team. I like to set aside 30 minutes to an hour so that we have an open discussion and go through all the guidelines and make sure everyone understands them, as well as give feedback on what they like and what they don't like. And that's pretty much it. So a quick summary. Share the rules of email ahead of time with your team so that everyone becomes more efficient at communicating. And then decide which rules make sense to your team and set up a short meeting to discuss. And that's it. Thanks for watching. So this concludes our course about